Everyone described him the same way: quiet, polite, completely normal. That was what made Adrian so difficult to see clearly. He did not look like danger. He looked like the person who would walk you to your car, the person who remembered birthdays, the person who brought coffee before anyone asked. He held doors open. He spoke softly. He never raised his voice in public. People trusted him because he looked like someone who could be trusted. When Olivia first met him, she thought he was safe. He did not flirt aggressively. He did not push too hard. He listened more than he spoke. And in the beginning, that felt rare. He asked about her work, her family, the book she was reading, the small things most people forgot. Olivia did not notice that as danger. She called it attention. But there was another version of Adrian, one that only appeared when nobody else was watching. It started with small corrections. You talk too much when you are nervous. That dress makes people look at you. Your friends do not really listen when you speak. He said these things gently, almost kindly, as if he were helping her become better. Then, in public, he would smile and place a hand on her back as if he were the kindest man in the room. That was the part that confused her most, because everyone else saw the soft voice, the calm face, the perfect manners. Only Olivia saw what came after: the silent drive home, the cold look, the questions that did not sound like questions. Why did you laugh at him? Why did you tell that story? Why do you always need attention? Olivia tried to explain it to her friends. They did not understand. Adrian, are you sure? He seems so calm. He would never do that. That was his shield. His reputation worked like an alibi. The kinder he appeared to others, the harder it became for Olivia to describe what was happening. He did not need to isolate her all at once. He only needed people to doubt her. When she looked upset, he looked concerned. When she left a room, he followed with a soft voice. When she finally got angry, he stayed calm. And that made her look like the unstable one. One night, after a dinner with friends, Olivia confronted him in the parking lot. She said, "You make me feel crazy." Adrian looked at her for a long moment. Then he smiled. "Stop acting crazy." No shouting, no dramatic scene, just 4 words, spoken calmly enough to make her question herself. That night, Olivia drove home alone. At 11:18 p.m., she texted her sister, "I need to tell you something, but not tonight." Her sister replied immediately, "Are you safe?" Olivia did not answer. The next morning, her phone went straight to voicemail. By noon, her sister came to check on her. The apartment was neat. Her keys were on the kitchen counter. Her phone was under the sofa, turned off. There was no sign of panic. And somehow, that made it worse. Adrian told police Olivia had been emotional lately. He said she often overreacted. He said she had been distant. He said he was worried about her. He looked devastated. People believed him because they already had a version of him in their minds. Quiet, polite, completely normal. But one neighbor remembered something strange. At 2:40 a.m., she heard a calm male voice in the hallway. Not shouting, not panicking. Just one sentence. "You should have listened." This story is fictional, but the pattern is real. The warning sign was not that Adrian looked dangerous. It was that he looked too controlled when he should have shown empathy. Some people use calmness as a weapon. They stay soft-spoken while they humiliate, confuse, or dominate someone behind closed doors. This is why public charm can be dangerous. Not because charm is always fake, but because charm can hide cruelty from everyone except the person experiencing it. The first red flag was the difference between public and private behavior. In public, Adrian was generous. In private, he was cold. The second red flag was the way he corrected her while pretending to care. That is not honesty. That is control dressed as concern. The third red flag was how easily people defended him without knowing the full story. A good reputation does not erase harmful behavior. A calm voice does not mean a safe person. And someone who never seems angry can still be deeply controlling. Real character is not how someone acts when they are being watched. It is how they treat people when there are no witnesses. If someone makes you feel afraid, small, or unstable in private, do not let their public image convince you that your experience is not real. Sometimes the most dangerous mask is not a lie. Sometimes it is a perfect reputation. That is the lesson hidden inside this case.